Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Clarksville Community Network broadcast. The Kenwood Knights take on Clarksville High Wildcats. My name is Marcus Modi. As we are about to get underway, we have a very interesting matchup here on this evening as the ladies of the Knights take on the ladies of the Wildcats, and they're just fighting for a good spot in the standings. This is powered by CDE Lightband and produced by Goodwin Productions. Kenwood is 2-11. Their 2 wins are in the district. In addition, they are 2-5 with their record, but they're still just struggling a little bit. They're 7th in the district compared to Clarksville High, where they are 6-8 for the season and 4-3 in the district, which is 5th. We are about to have the starters underway, and we're going to start with the Wildcats. The first one up is going to be number 5, Alexis Wimberly, the 5'6" guard. Next up, number 20, Nariah Nicholson, the 5'7" junior. Number 21, Macy Brown, the 5'6" guard. That is a junior. Number 24, Aaron Lackey, the 5'7" junior as well. And finally, it's going to be Maya Collins, the 6-foot forward. That is a sophomore.
And number 34, Maya Collins.
And next up will be the home team of the Kenwood Heights.
Get on your feet as we meet and greet the Ballers of Kenwood High School.
At guard is going to be number 15, Tamaria Arnold. At number 12 is going to be Shay Vaughn, the guard.
Number 15, Tamaria.
Number 30, Reagan Fisher. Number 20, Inyana Curtis, that is the forward. And finally, number 24, Dontisha Brandt.
And number 30, Reagan Fisher.
It's going to be a very exciting matchup between both teams and coaches. Head coach Charles Clark for Kenwood High and head coach Brian Bush for Clarksville High are about to get underway and have a coaching battle here. As Collins and Curtis will tip off for both teams. And the Knights will have the ball for the first possession of this game. Nice bounce pass by Curtis. Curtis goes up with her layup, is no good. Rebounded by Collins. And a 3-point shot is up and no good. But an offensive rebound for the Wildcats. Let's see, can they capitalize here? That jumper and layup will be short by Wimberly. Kenwood has a very young team here, where 3 starters was actually playing in their junior varsity game earlier on tonight, as that was a block by Wimberly, corralled for the Wildcats. Good ball movement by the Wildcats. This is a skip pass. And the jumper is up and no good by Lackey. Rebounded by Curtis. The Wildcats come out in their man-to-man defense as Vaughn just drives to the basket after that pick and roll, but is no good. Rebounded by Macy Brown. Good inside look and feed to Maya Collins as he gets the layup, and there's the first 2 points of this ball game. Vaughn is at the top of the key now, looking to set up the Knights offense here to get their first points of the game on their side. Fisher drives baseline, and that's going to be a foul called on Maya Collins. That's going to be her first and the team's first. Great job by Reagan Fisher, attacking the basket strong and getting rewarded with 2 free throws against a taller defender of Maya Collins. That first one is going to be no good. And the second one is also going to be long for Fisher. 0 for 2 at the free throw line, and the score will still be 2-0, but had a second chance opportunity, but this time it was blocked by Collins. A stop and pop opportunity that falls no good for Nicholson. Fisher tries up a 3 instead of a 2, and it falls for Reagan Fisher. Knocks down her first 3 after missing her first 2 free throws. And now the Knights have put their first points on the board. 3-2 is your score, with the Knights leading, and there's going to be a turnover. Brent has it now, pulls up for 3s, up, long air ball, rebounded by Wimberly. Brown thought about the shot but gave it up to Wimberly. Wimberly pulls up for 3, no good. Second chance opportunity for the Wildcats. Can't capitalize. Rebounded by Brant. Arnold thought about the shot. There was a Euro right to the basket, lays it up and lays it in against 2 defenders. Great job right there by Tamaria Arnold on that layup. 4:30 left in this first period, and the Knights leading 5-2. And there's going to be a 3-second call on Maya Collins. Another turnover, back-to-back turnovers for the Wildcats. Vaughn has now crossed the timeline and set up Coach Clark's offense as he just drives baseline, looking at an air raid pass there that was intercepted, and it looks like the ball goes out of bounds out there. Curtis was trying to retain it, so it's going to be Wildcats ball. And substitutions comes in as Nicholson and Collins check out. As Chappelle checks into the game. Lackey pulls up for a 15-footer that falls no good. Rebounded by Chappelle. There's going to be a foul called. It looks like that's going to be called on Arnold.
Fouls on number 20. That's her first, team first.
Actually, they're going to call that on Iana Curtis, excuse me. And that's going to be her first foul of this evening. First free throw was up and good to cut the lead into 2 with 3:42 left in this first period. And that was Kate Howard making her first free throw. And Kate Howard knocks down the second free throw as well. The Wildcats did a good job disguising them, but they're still in their man-to-man defense. It's just a shell defense now. As Fisher has the ball in their right wing, she's looking for a little help from the Knights, and there's going to be a steal. And that steal by Brown goes up strong and will get fouled. That foul was on Brant. So Macy Brown will be going to the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws.
Fouls on number 24. That's her first, team second. Macy Brown to the line.
Brown just did a good job right there, poking that ball loose, going after that loose ball, knew she had an opportunity to get to the basket, and she did, and she got rewarded with 2 free throws as she knocked down her first one and knocked down the second one as well. And now the Wildcats lead it of Clarksville 6-5 against the Kenwood Knights. Backdoor action here as Vaughn was looking for Curtis, but it gets saved by Arnold. But I don't think the Knights fully understood that the Knights understood that Arnold saved it, so Wildcats retained the ball. Chappelle with a left corner 3, and it falls in. That's a routine jumper, and 3 good by Abby Chappelle. A fast, tough shot by Vaughn that goes no good, rebounded by Aaron Lackey. That's a wide open 3 for the Wildcats. Rattles around, no good, but it's going to be an over the back. And that over the back was called on Kate Howard. That's going to be her first. And the team's second foul.
Foul's on number 31. That's her first, team second. Checking in is number 20, Naria Nicholson.
Nariah Nicholson and Maya Collins check into the game for the Wildcats as Aaron Lackey and Chappelle checks out. That's a nice move and spin move with a floater by Iana Curtis. And that's the first 2 points of the ball game for her. Good defense by Arnold as the deflection goes out of bounds. Excuse me, I stated earlier that Chappelle got checked out. She is still currently in the game. And that's going to be a 3 by Nicholson that falls no good, rebounded by Curtis. Thought about the shot, gave it up to Arnold. Arnold also thought about the shot. Could have been a better opportunity for Arnold with her feet set, but let's see can the Knights capitalize on the jumper. Second chance opportunity now for the Knights with Arnold just throwing up another wild shot. Doesn't fall, rebounded by Chappelle. Good ball movement for Clarksville as they pull up for a 3. It's no good, but a long rebound by Chappelle. It looks like she get bumped, but they're not going to call a foul. They're going to say it's out of bounds and she stepped out of bounds. Turnover by the Wildcats of Clarksville High.
Checking in is number 0, Tamar Trotter.
Tamari Trotter checks into the game for the Kenwood Knights. Maya Collins right there just standing up with her hands up is going to be a tough shot for whoever is trying to go in the paint. That led to that miss. Second chance opportunities have been big for Clarksville High as Howard goes in with that putback layup. The Knights are going to have to do a better job of boxing out. And that layup is going to be good by Iana Curtis. The score is now 11-9 with 10 seconds left. As they looking for Collins now. Good ball movement by the Wildcats for a 3 by Nicholson. Is up, no good. Rebounded by Fisher with 1 second left. She doesn't shoot it, so that will be the end of the first period as Clarksville is leading 11-9 against the Kenwood Knights. We will have second quarter action in just one moment. And welcome back to Kenwood High School here. As second quarter actions will be underway just shortly. And Clarksville High is leading 11-9. Lackey brings the ball up the court for the Wildcats, and Allie Gilmer checks into the game for the first time. The Knights come out in a somewhat 2-3 zone here. Let's see, can the Wildcats find a crease, but the second chance opportunities once again, and that's Maya Collins getting 2 points right there after that block shot. There might be a reason why the Knights came out in that 2-3 zone just to help out as Fisher misses that 3-pointer. And there's gonna be a foul called. And that's gonna be on Teasley. Shamira Teasley, that's gonna be her first and the team's third foul. The Knights are still in their 2-3 zone here. 2-3 is 2-3-3-2 shifting zone here, but you got a hand down, man down moment as Aaron Lackey knocks down that 3-pointer. And there's going to be steps called. That's going to be on Jamara Trotter. As she got double teamed, didn't know where to go. Smart double team by the Wildcats to force that turnover. Collins to Gilmer. Gilmer throws up a wild shot, but she gets bumped. So Allie Gilmer will be getting 2 free throws. And that was on Trotter as well. So the turnover, and then on the next possession, Trotter goes in and fouls Gilmer. Her first free throw was up and no good. Allie Gilmer played a phenomenal game last game against Northeast. Had to come in because Maddie Burmer had a concussion and stepped up big for the Wildcats and leading them to a victory. A nice cross-court pass to Fisher. Fisher takes 2 steps, but once again the length by Maya Collins forced that block, and now the ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it's going to be Clarksville's ball. Substitutions comes in as Gilmore and Nicholson check out. Macy Brown and Kate Howard check in for the Wildcats. Collins is in that short corner, throws a cross-court pass. Just once again, good ball movement by the Wildcats to lead to an open jumper. And it falls. And that's going to be Aaron Lackey for 3. Once again, back-to-back threes fall in for Lackey. And now they extend the lead. 20-9 is your score with just above 6 minutes, 6:03 to be exact. Coach Charles Clark was not happy with his team right now and how they're defending. But also you got to realize that Clarksville has the length on the Knights. They're getting the deflections that they want. Clarksville's getting the blocks. They're getting the second chance opportunity. The Knights are a very young team at that as well, compared to a somewhat leadership and upperclassmen for the Wildcats of Clarksville. So Coach Clark is trying to tell his team just to settle down. We got to box out. We got to have not have these mental laps here. We try to cut into this lead. As Curtis drives to the basket, there's actually going to be a foul called. For a second, I thought it was going to be steps called on Curtis, but she gets the benefit. And that foul was called on Aaron Lackey, her first.
Number 24, that's her first, team third.
And that's going to be the team's third foul. They're actually going to say it's going to be 2 free throws.
Ayanna Curtis at the line.
Ayanna Curtis will be shooting 2 free throws. First one hit the back iron, but falls in for, that's the shooter's touch, as some people would say.
Domination Brands and number 15, Tamaria Arnold.
Tamaria Arnold checks into the game as well as Dantisha Brandt. Second free throw is up and good for Curtis there, as Wimbledon just does a nice feed to Maya Collins, who was wide open due to the help defense. And Maya Collins gets another 2 points to make that 6 points for her this evening. And now the Wildcats come out in a zone of their own. And a deflection and stolen. That's Lackey that has the ball now. That deflection was by Macy Brown. Howard with a hook shot that goes hard, but in the right place at the right time is Maya Collins once again. Gets another 2 points of her own. Now Brandt pulls up for a deep three, airballed, and the ball goes out of bounds. And the referee said it's going to.
And number 44, the man up.
Actually, it's going to be Clarksville's ball. After the baseline referee thought that it got blocked partially after the shot, but there wasn't no block. It was just clear air ball. And now Clarksville leads it 24-11. Dangerous pass, almost stolen, but Wimberly has the ball, close it up. But Collins in the right space at the right time. No, actually it's going to be over the back. That's going to be the second foul.
That's her second. Team 4. Kemper basketball.
Substitution comes in as Maya Collins checks out, and Nariah Nicholson checks into the game. Another deflection and turnover just due to the stingy defense of the Wildcats. Nice bounce pass to Howard. Howard's right under the rim, but couldn't get that layup to fall. Rebounded by Vaughn. Vaughn pushes it up the floor. It could be partially blocked. That's what they're going to say. And that one was by Macy Brown with the outlet pass to Wimberly. Wimberly gets fouled, goes up strong with her strong hand left, gets the foul, gets the contact, and will she be getting one more?
Foul on number 15. That's her first, team 5.
That foul was called on Arnold, which is going to be the first foul for her. And Wimberly knocks down her free throw to extend this lead to 16. 27-11 is your score with 4 minutes remaining in this first half. As Nicholson pulls up for a three of her own, no good. And the Knights try to push it up the floor so they won't sit. But just good defense right there by Wimberly, getting in that traffic. The 2-3 zone for the Wildcats are struggling, forcing them to struggle. As another timeout is called. And that's going to be a full timeout for Coach Clark, as his team is down 16 and this game is really getting out of hand early. As we come back to play here Kenwood is trying to get themselves out of a small run by the Wildcats as the Knights are down 16 at home. A nice cross-court pass, but Fisher couldn't corral that pass. The ball goes out of bounds. Another turnover, something that the Knights really did not need. So the Knights come out in a press of their own, and that led to that turnover right there. So Coach Clark might have an idea of something that can get the Wildcats out of rhythm here before the end of the first half. The Wildcats are in actually a 2-1-2 zone here with Kate Howard high in the middle, and it's forcing the Knights to really play side to side and not downhill, as there's a jumper missed by Brent and rebounded by Nicholson. Brown looking down low to Howard, somehow gets it, and Howard lays it up and lays it in. That is 4 points now for Kate Howard, the 5'8" junior. Arnold drives in, but the length once again by the Wildcats get that block, and that block was on Nicholson. Coming down is Lackey to Brown for three. No good. Strong box out by Vaughn. Quick outlet pass to Arnold, but another steal. Now Howard at the other end lays it up and lays it in. And now it is a 20-point lead. 31-11 is your score. Nice cross-court pass to Fisher as Fisher drives in, but there's going to be a jump ball call just due to that length once again. Kate Howard was right there off that partial block and just almost snagged it away from Fisher. Substitutions comes in from both sides as Arnold and Vaughn check out. Curtis. This will be a three by Brant, but that falls no good. And Zaire also checks in for for the Knights. Wimberly is at that right wing, hesitates. Now just good drive action by Macy Brown, and she will get the foul called, and that foul will be on Curtis.
That's her first, team 6. Number 21, Macy Brown.
Macy Brown will be shooting 2 free throws here. I believe that's actually going to be Curtis' second foul. But Macy Brown misses her first free throw. But she knocks down her second. She now has 3 points here in this first half, as her team leads 32-11, almost a carry on Fisher, but the referees didn't call it. But now, almost a turnover. Curtis was looking for somebody to throw it to. Actually threw it to nobody, and that's going to be a backcourt called on her, as this 2-1-2 zone defense by Coach Brian Bush of the Wildcats is really causing a lot of problems towards the Kenwood Knights. Wimberly drives strong and hard to the basket, gets fouled, so she was going to be going to the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws.
Number 22, that's her first, team 7.
That's going to be on Zaire, her first,
Wimberly at the line.
And the team's 7th foul. Wimberly misses her first free throw. She is now 1 for 2 from the free throw line in this game. Second free throw. Same outcome. There's going to be a foul called. They're going to call it on that bump by Wimberly. It's going to be her first foul.
Foul's on number 5. That is her first, team 5.
And Curtis will now have the ball at the top of the key. The Wildcats are really just trying to force the Knights to stay on one side of the floor, and that's going to be a jumper up and no good by Reed, but offensive rebound now a three by Curtis. Tapped out and rebounded by Chappelle, and there's going to be a foul called on Reagan Fisher, diving for the loose ball and ended up tripping Chappelle.
Foul number 30. That's her second, team 8. Number 12, Abby Chappelle at the line.
Abby Chappelle will be shooting free throws because now the Knights are in the bonus, but a strong rebound by Iana Curtis. Curtis just goes the full length of the court, but layup is no good, and that will be the end of the first half. As the Knights struggle to score in the final 4 minutes of the second quarter, and Clarksville leads at 32-11. It is halftime now, so second half action will be underway shortly as you are listening and watching the Clarksville Community Network, powered by CDE Lightman and produced by Goodwin Production. And welcome back to second half action here at Kenwood High School as Kenwood is trailing Clarksville High 32-11. And there was a high-low action from Wimberley to Collins. Got deflected out of bounds, but it's going to stay Clarksville's ball as Collins was the lead woman for tonight's game with 8 points. Staggering at 6 foot is just wreaking havoc against the Knights with multiple second chance opportunities for her Wildcats team. Good ball movement now as Wimberley pulls up for a left wing three. It's long, tapped out, and Wimberley corrals it. Now she pulls up for a baby floater and knocks it down. Just great recognition that she had the opportunity just to go up just because Maya Collins was boxing out the nearest defender, and now she will go. Almost has a steal, but a foul will be called on her.
Foul number 5. That's her second, team first and a half.
That's going to be the team's first foul, but it will be her second. Dangerous pass from Fisher to Curtis. But Fisher now drives to the basket. There's going to be a foul on Maya Collins this time, but it will be on the floor as she just bumped Reagan Fisher. Actually, no, they're going to call it on Nicholson. Nicholson's first foul of the evening. There's a high arcing shot by Zaire. Falls no good. Quick outlet to Wimberley. Wimberley stutter steps, loses the ball, gets it back. And that leads to a Nicholson three, and it falls for Nicholson. Nicholson puts her first points of the ball game, and Curtis tried to respond with a three of her own, saved by Reed, but corralled by Brown. Lackey now has the ball, throws it to Brown. The Knights are in their shell defense now as Wimberley just tries to drop to the basket, loses it right in front of Brandy.
Jump ball, Kenwood basketball.
And it's going to be Kenwood basketball after the jump ball. 37-11 is your score. 6 minutes left in this third quarter. Curtis has the ball. As the Wildcats are still in their 2-1-2 defense. Vaughn, corner three, long, rebounded by Curtis. Curtis is doing a great job, but she did not get that floater to fall. It's tough, high arcing shot. Might not have been the best shot for the Knights. Good no-look pass right there by Macy Brown to Maya Collins and gets that layup to fall. It's going to be a deflection. Actually, it won't be a deflection. We just lost the ball. That's Curtis losing the ball out of bounds. So another turnover by the Knights. It's now they're down 39-11. Wimberly just dumps it off to Collins. Collins misses it. It's going to be blocked by Curtis as Curtis gets the rebound and going the other way. Curtis wanted the Euro step, but somewhat messed up her own self, but gets the layup to fall. That's just an acrobatic layup by Yana Curtis. Brown is looking for Collins, now gives it to her. Doing a lot of inside out. Now a Nicholson three is going to fall for her second triple of this second half. Same spot, same result for Nicholson, and now just a turnover stolen by Brown. Throws it up to Wimberly. It's going to be partially blocked. And she ends up catching the ball out of bounds. So it's going to be Kenwood's ball. Amara Holmes checks into the game. Arnold checks into the game as well as Trotter checks into the game for the Kenwood Knights. As the Knights are still somewhat forcing things to happen now. As Arnold drops baseline, actually going to get fouled. Let's see what that foul is called on. Looks like it's going to be on Maya Collins.
Foul number 34, that's her third. Team third of the half.
That's going to be on Maya Collins. That's going to be her third foul, so she will be in foul trouble. She is the lone player in foul trouble with 3. The next person is Alexis Wimberly with 2 fouls for the Wildcats, as a high often shot goes in for Brent. Howard almost loses it. Now just throws it as Kenwood's defense is trying to pressure. Yeah, that's what I thought, as Wimberly tried to do a Euro step with 3 steps. Unfortunately, Alexis Wimberly, this is not the NBA. Steps will be called on. Chappelle checks into the game for Lackey. As Arnold has the ball now, jab steps. Nice move to the basket, and she will get fouled and headed to the line. That foul was called on Howard. That's going to be her second foul. And the team's, looks like it's going to be the team's 4th. Arnold misses her first free throw of the second half. As she waits to shoot her second. And knocks it down. As I stated earlier in the broadcast, she is one of the 3 starters who actually played in the junior varsity game here early on this afternoon. As that was a miss and rebounded by Holmes. Just good defense by Wimberly. It's going to stay Kenwood's ball.
Checking in is number 40, Teasley.
As Teasley checks into the game for the first time in the second half. Just pressure and defense now here. Led to almost a turnover, but Holmes corrals it. And Arnold splits the defense, throws up a shot, and there's going to be another foul called on Howard. That's going to be her second of this half, and make that 3 for the evening.
That's her third, team 5th.
Now make that 2 players for the Wildcats as Maya Collins and Nate Howard both have 3 fouls. But Arnold can't capitalize and misses another free throw.
Checking in, number 24, Lackey. And number 4, Gilmer.
Arnold a little frustrated, misses her second free throw, but Curtis with the offensive rebound and put back falls forward. Arnold is now 1 for 4 from the free throw line, and a steal by Curtis. Curtis going the full length of the floor. Hit almost everything, but did not fall forward. And now it's going to be a foul call on Trotter, and Trotter is not happy, as well as the Kenwood bench. (42-18) is your score. 2:30 left in this first period, as there's going to be another foul called on Trotter. And Trotter is frustrated now after those back-to-back fouls.
Teams checking in, number 12, Cheyenne Vaughn.
Vaughn checks into the game for Trotter after those back-to-back fouls. Just good ball movement by the Wildcats as Brown just throws up a shot and it falls in for a nice floater, fadeaway floater at that for Macy Brown. As Teasley was trying to back down, looks like that was Howard. Gets knocked away by Brown, but still stays on this side of the court. As head coach Charles Brown right there, trying to figure out something to cut into this deficit. And Curtis misses it after good defense by Howard. Quick outlet pass by Allie Gilmer, who just checked into the game. Shoots up a baby jumper, no good. Curtis, stop, pop, no good. Over the back is going to be called on Teasley. That's going to be her second foul, as one of the few juniors on this team. All 5 starters for the Kenwood Knights are actually underclassmen, sophomores and freshmen. 3 sophomores started on this evening and 2 freshmen started as well. 44-18 is your score as Lackey loses the ball. It looks like it's almost going to be 10 seconds. But instead of 10 seconds, it's going to be a turnover as the ball just gets thrown out of bounds. 1:28 left in this third quarter as the Wildcats of Clarksville is up big. Don't want you to turn off your TV screens as the boys of Clarksville High School will take on Kenwood High. It's going to be another good and fun matchup to watch here as they turnover by the Wildcats. Back-to-back turnovers on 2 possessions. But the Knights have just been struggling here all night long against the stingy defense of the Wildcats. Arnold looking for Teasley, but deflected away, retrieved by Brown. Nice outlet pass to Chappelle. Chappelle throws up a layup, but couldn't get that layup to fall. And that's going to be a charge called on Arnold as she just runs into Lackey. Lackey just did a good job recognizing that Arnold was just lowering her shoulder.
That's her second, team 4.
Just lowered her shoulder. It wasn't even looking at the basket. Lackey just stepped up, took the charge that a lot of people don't typically do. Is take those charges, giving their body up. 33 seconds left in this third period. As there's a miss and the ball is on the ground, it's going to be a jump ball call. Direction arrow will be Clarksville. Brown is looking down low. Good ball movement. Chappelle with a baby jumper. No good, but it's foul. And that foul looks like that's going to be called on Shay Vaughn. And that's going to be her first of this evening. And the team's 5th foul. Chappelle misses her first free throw after it hit the back iron fairly hard. So I know for Chappelle right now, she's looking in the back of her mind thinking that I can't shoot this free throw hard. That one rattled around but falls out. 0 for 2 on that trip. As Kenwood comes down strong as Fisher throwing up a wild shot's no good. But Arnold gets that deflection and just a hard foul by Lackey. She just runs into Arnold, and Arnold hits the scorer's table. She was a little bit slow to get up. It's getting a little bit chippy here, as with 1.2 seconds left in this third period. .2 seconds left as Vaughn gets it, and it's going to be the end of the third quarter at Clarksville. Of the Wildcats are leading big here on the road against Kenwood. The score 44-18. 8 minutes left here in this game, and we will be right back here shortly on Clarksville's Community Network. As we welcome you back to Kenwood High School, fourth quarter action will be getting underway. As Kenwood is trailing 44-18. As Fisher throws up a shot, took some contact, could have been a foul call, but she knocks down that layup off the bank shot. Nicholson looking for a foul call, doesn't get one. Misses her layup, and Fisher on the other end does it one more time. It's going to be a blocking foul called, so Fisher gets the and one and will be shooting one more at the free throw line.
That's good for Brady Fisher. Fouls on number 24. That's the third. Team fifth. Checking in is number 20.
That foul was called on Aaron Lackey. That's going to be her. The PA announcer said her third, so we're going to go with that. As Fisher misses the and one opportunity, rebounded by Lackey. Clarksville is going all out with their full court press. That gets broken fairly easily after one pass. Stop and pop opportunity by Lackey, no good. Rebounded by Howard. Collins just threw it to nobody, and that went straight to Fisher. Fisher couldn't get that layup to fall. And Teasley comes in, get that second chance opportunity to fall forward, and now it's a 20-point deficit. Seems like the Wildcats a little bit rushing here in this fourth quarter as another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers by the Wildcats as Vaughn checks out of the game and Arnold checks into the game. Good ball movement. Set up that three, but tapped around and rebounded by Fisher. Fisher goes to the basket once again. Collins now has 4 fouls.
Collins 34, that's her 4.
Collins, who had made her low, as Fisher makes her first free throw. As Collins has been making her presence shown here on the road. The one problem that she's had all game long is the foul trouble. 4 fouls now, and she just gets that rebound after the miss. And that's going to be out of bounds. Another turnover. That's 3 straight turnovers by the Wildcats. And there's going to be a timeout called. And Coach Bush is not happy. And he's looking over there to the referee trying to figure out why was that called on her. It's going to be a full timeout as the Wildcats are leading 44-25. 6:29 left in this ball game. Deanna Curtis is leading the way for the Kenwood Knights with 10 points. And on the other side, Maya Collins also has 10. The low post presence by the Wildcats have been a major problem throughout this game. Almost a dozen second chance opportunities for the Wildcats that led to easy layups here as they lead by 19. Arnold is looking for somebody, now throws to Fisher. Fisher for 3 is up. Long rebounded by Howard. Nicholson thought about the shot. Should have taken it because it got stolen by Teasley. Curtis just goes the full length. Another wide open 3, and that is fouled by Reagan Fisher. That's her second triple of this evening. Now it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Clark here, as his team is down 17, but trying to make a little comeback here. Turnovers has been piling up for the Wildcats here in this fourth quarter. With just only been 2 minutes, but it's been 3 turnovers already for the Wildcats. Make that, 4. So if you're Coach Bush for the Wildcats, you have to get something going here, so they won't trim this lead after a small run by the Knights. And there's going to be another turnover. Curtis gets the steal, goes the full length, now a stop, pop, it's good by Fisher. Fisher is coming alive here in this second half with 9 points. Almost stolen. There's going to be a loose ball, and it is stolen. The Knights have it. There's a spin by Arnold. Throws up a shot. It's almost falls in, but it's going to be a foul call.
Fouls at number 24. That's our 4th team. At the line is number 15, Tamara Arnold.
Tamaya Arnold will be shooting 2 free throws. And she misses another one. Make that 4 misses here just in the second half. Make that 5 misses. And there's going to be a foul. Oh, excuse me, not a foul. But it's going to be a jump ball called. The possession arrow is showing Clarksville's direction, but I'm just trying to make sure if it was in the right and correct spot. Yes, the possession arrow was correct, so it will stay Clarksville's ball as Kenwood comes out in there. Full court press, struggling. Eric pass gets overthrown, and another turnover. It's a 15-point ball game, but this game is not over with just under 5 minutes left in this game as Kenwood is down 44-29. It's a good steal by Wimberley, just couldn't corral it enough before heading out of bounds, so it's going to stay Kenwood's basketball. Brant pulls up for a 12-footer, is up, no good, but rebounded by Teasley. Curtis throws up a wild shot, long, tapped around. Who will it be? It's going to be the Wildcats. Wimberley just drives, lost her footing. She's looking for a foul call. She doesn't get none. Another turnover. Make that 5 in this quarter alone. As Nariah Nicholson checks into the game for Alexis Wimberley. As Reagan loses the ball. Great job on the loose ball action. And Coach Clark calls timeout just to be safe. Smart recognition by Coach Clark there. So he wouldn't get a turnover. That leg could have been a potential turnover, but Kenwood will have the ball in the baseline here on the far side of where I am sitting. Down 15, 44-29 is your score with 4 minutes left. As both teams are now coming back onto the court. 4:01 left with Kenwood leading, or trailing, by 15 as a forced shot by Curtis. Somehow it's going to be a loose ball picked up by Nicholson. Nicholson just drives to the basket hard and with a tough angle gets that 2 to fall. Make that 8 points in the second half for Nicholson. A high pass that led to a turnover and a quick outlet by Lackey. Now it looks like the Wildcats are playing keep away here, and there's going to be a foul called on Vaughn. That will be her second.
That is her second, 6th.
That's going to be the team's 6th foul here on the evening of the second half. A nice high-low action from Lackey to Howard. Howard just couldn't corral that pass as the ball goes out of bounds and another turnover. Fisher with a deep three, banks it in. Reagan Fisher is trying to keep this team alive here in this fourth quarter. 14-point lead now for the Wildcats as a deflection, and it goes out of bounds as Curtis with that deflection, and substitutions comes in. Wimberly checks into the game for Howard. Arnold checks into the game. Looks like that's Trotter for Trotter. Good ball movement that led to a wide open three by Nicholson to fall. A true dagger right there for this Knights team. As now the lead is up to 17 and another steal. And that's Nicholson once again. And if you're Coach Bush right now, that's one thing that you're going to look at after this game is say, we caused too many turnovers. We gave the ball up too many times. Even though we was up big, we forced a lot of turnovers, but we also committed a lot of turnovers. Wimberly had a shot if she would have corralled that pass, but it was a little bit too high for her. As they dump it off to Collins, Collins gets hacked, but somehow gets that chunker to fall.
Collins for two.
It's a good, nice pass to Arnold, but Arnold misses the wide open layup.
Checking in for the Knights is number 24, Natasha Brandt.
As Brandt checks into the game for Vaughn. 1:25 left in this game. Your score, 51 of Clarksville to 32 of Kenwood High School. Brown has the ball now in the corner. It's going to be a foul called. Can't tell what that foul is going to be called, who it's going to be called on, but Curtis comes up hurting, holding that shoulder.
Foul's on number 34, that is her fifth.
That is Maya Collins' fifth foul
Ayanna Curtis at the line, checking in for
of the game.
number 31.
So Curtis will be shooting 2 free throws here. She has 10 points for this team. First free throw was up and it's good. Curtis' second free throw is up. It's hard. Rebounded by Teasley. Teasley looking. Now throws it to Fisher. Fisher can't get that free throw. That free throw jumper to fall. Over the back was called. And it looks like it's going to be 1-1 from here on out.
Foul's on number 24, that's her second, team 7.
That foul's called on Brandt. Her second. The team's 7th for this half. And Nicholson will be shooting 1-1. Rattles around and fall in for Nariah Nicholson. (52-33) is your score. Under a minute left in this women's game as Nicholson misses her free throw. But don't go away. We still have more action here after the conclusion of this women's game. The varsity men will be playing as they're battling for first place in the District 10 Class 3A division. Arnold will be shooting 2 free throws here and knocks down her first. The foul was called on Kate Howard. That was going to be her fourth. And Arnold knocks down her second free throw. She is now 3 for 8 for the game. And they're going to say Nicholson went out of bounds. Another turnover. As Brent has the ball now. It got poked away by Wimberly. And Brent bounced the ball one time before it went out of bounds. So it's going to be the Wildcats basketball. Kate Howard has the easiest layup she's had all game long. 54-35 is your score, and that will most likely be it for this game. As Teasley knocks down her baby layup. And now Clarksville will move to 7-8 for the season, 5-3 in district play. And Kenwood drops another game here at home. So now their record will be 2-12 for the season, 2-6 in district play. My name is Marcus Modi, and that concludes it, powered by CDE Light Band and produced by Goodwin Productions.